it down, we gonna have a good time. 1,000 hands up to the sky. We gon' get toasted tonight. Can't let it fade. We got a sparkle in our eyes. Can't let it wait. I'm counting down until we start. We're renegades. We come to play. Yeah, we play hard. Hunt it down, we gonna have a good time. 1,000 hands up to the sky. We gon' get toasted tonight. I've been feeling it all day. I wanna let it go. I wanna lose control. Oh, I'm ready to roll. And I've been daydreaming about this night for a long time. I wanna dance with you under the light. I toasted a wild one. I toasted a good life. I toasted the lovers. I toasted you and I. I toasted a wild one. To you and I. To you and I. I'm on the edge. Feels like I've been walking on ice. Wanna let everything go and feel alright. When I hear the drums and the heartbeats, sweat drip down our bodies. Oh, I know we're living. Hunt it down, we gonna have a good time. 1,000 hands up to the sky. We gon' get toasted tonight. I've been feeling it all day. I wanna let it go. I wanna lose control. Oh, I'm ready to roll. And I've been daydreaming about this night for a long time. I wanna dance with you under the light. I toasted a wild one. I toasted a good life. I toasted the lovers. I toasted you and I. I toasted a wild one. To you and I. To you and I. I feel the party coming on, and I know you'll come along when you hear it in your ear. Yeah, I know you're feeling the way we're moving. Nothing can stop it. We gon' get off it. I've been feeling it all day. I wanna let
Good morning, millennials.
Welcome back to the Morning Toast. New year, new season, new set.
New set vibes.
We are so excited. I cannot believe that actually a lot of toasters figured out, even though, you know me, I'm not the queen of subtlety, but
No.
on social media I was really trying not to be thirsty.
No, you weren't even being subtle. You didn't say anything, yet they sussed it out.
They know everything. We're so excited. Very sad it's such a gloomy day here in New York, because part of the reason Jackie and I moved from our previous studio was many reasons, but one, we're a New York show. We wanted it to feel like New York. We have this amazing new studio with all these windows, and it's the sun is nowhere to be found. But
Right.
that's just us.
That's just us. Who could ask for sun on a day like today? But it's really the Mondayest Monday ever, but the toast is back, so it's the best day ever, and Theo's here.
It's the best day ever. Our new set is going to continue to evolve, so please stay with us. We have tons of very toasty new furniture coming, new cameras, new lights, but we were just excited to get started. This has been a very long process and a very expensive process. Being an entrepreneur is, really, times are tough for the entrepreneurship world, but I have so much respect for Mark Cuban after what we went through in putting this set together, but we did it. I feel very proud. It's just crazy to I own this microphone. Well, we own this microphone.
Yeah, no, the business owns this. This microphone is a tax write-off.
Yeah, totally. It's all very exciting. We were gone for so long, so much happened.
But we've been working on this for so long that it doesn't feel like we haven't been here. You know what I mean?
Everyone's the toast hasn't been on in so long. I'm really? I've been at this office every day.
Yeah. And we couldn't say anything, and it's just been so crazy, and we're so excited to be here.
And what's very exciting is that we did vlog the entire process. So if you are a Patreon member, you will get that vlog, the making of a studio. Up until this morning we were filming, we were just having so much stuff.
So many technical difficulties. Everything seems to be going smoothly
knock on wood,
now.
sis, from your mouth to God's ears.
But, if we drop off at any point, you can find us in the podcast store later today.
Also, we have brand new podcast mics, so our audio should be more snatched than ever. If you're listening to this as a podcast, hi, how are you? I hope you're enjoying these levels. Level up.
Yes, this is level up season.
Yeah.
You know what people are doing for 2020, which I'm really enjoying? People are choosing words to live their year by.
Oh, I did see that. I also saw that Shane and Emily from Real Houses of Orange County are finding words for their marriage.
Oh, well, I saw it on Tanya Rad's story, and I was so excited to hear what her 2020 word was.
What were they?
And she gave me a sneak peek. I hope that she announced it already, but it's 2020, so she did. And it was level up, which is what we're doing here.
We're so leveling up. I'm so excited for our couches to come. I'm so excited for all of our tables and our lights, and we got a very toasty carpet.
And I'm so excited for one of the best new pieces of furniture that we're going to get, which is the sun one day. And you'll be able to see these beautiful cityscapes.
Yes, we have a northeastern view of Manhattan. Very, very beautiful. I think you can also see a glimpse of Long Island City because, you know, we're a borough-friendly, borough-equal show.
Yes, we're very borough inclusive.
Do you remember, like, learning about the boroughs in school?
Yeah, and that, like, Manhattan isn't all of New York City.
Right, so there's Manhattan, Staten Island, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens. Wow, I can't believe I remembered all 5.
Good times.
Good times, good times.
Good times to be a New Yorker.
So much happened for us personally since the show was on, and I'm sure everyone saw, but we are so, like, over the moon, like, can't even breathe, excited that our sister Olivia is pregnant. It's just been such a simcha for us. We are so happy. Like, the first bit, like, look how we are for Theo. Like, when it's a real human, like, we're gonna...
human that eventually can talk back to us.
That's what I always say to Ben. I'm like, I love Theo so much, don't get me wrong, but, like, the fact that he will never, like, evolve, like, the most he'll really ever evolve is, like, learning to shit, you know, in my bedroom on the concrete. Like, that's the evolution of a dog, and I'm like, he's never really gonna be able to tell me how much he loves me.
Right.
Whereas, like, a child grows in their emotions, and they're able to tell you how much they love you.
Right, and then eventually they'll tell you how much they hate you.
Right, of course.
It's exciting.
Very exciting. What else happened on the break? So much.
So much happened. Oh, we have to talk about the fight that I got into on Saturday night.
Oh my God. I wasn't being clickbaity on my Instagram. I just really felt like it was a story pertinent for the toast, and it was so shocking.
It was so shocking. Also, we recapped our vacations a little bit on Patreon. I just want to say it was like the most incredible vacation, and just like I've been home for a week now, and it's just been a wonderful vacation. But it makes me want to like work hard so that I can vacation more,
better,
you know?
and bigger,
bigger and better.
I find staycations to be. I know it's like such a lame word. I apologize for using a conjunction. What's your function on this show?
There's really no other word for it.
I just like ruined this new show. I'm so sorry, but there's really.
It's okay. I already called it a Monday.
I feel like there's nothing more relaxing than staying at home for vacation. Like, and don't get me wrong, a beach vacation is so nice, but there's a lot of treacherousness that's involved in going on a beach vacation. I mean, not only do you have to get on a plane, all the traveling,
and you have to end up in a new land,
and then you also have to be like sweaty in a bathing suit, like in front of strangers. Like, there's a lot of elements that are relaxing about a beach vacation, but there's also things that aren't. There's absolutely nothing not relaxing about staying home. And this last week and a half that I've been home while we've been working on the studio, like every day, just like waking up in my bed, like there's something. Even though we were technically working, being home without having any real responsibilities, like that. That's why I used to love so much about college. Like the 5-week winter break, that was nuts. Like that was some of the greatest times of my life.
For sure, but that's like the most weight I've ever gained in a 5-week period in my life.
Oh yeah, I am just on this like journey of like nonstop eating, and I think that I'll look back on this year of my life and feel like January was the most important month. I just have like so many things happening, and I'll be like, Claudia, you should have stopped eating. But you know what? I'm just like too busy to stop eating.
And you need to fuel all of the things you have happening.
Yeah.
You like can't be hungry at a time like this.
I don't even care. Like I can't care. I have my Snatch Fendi jacket that I overpaid for, and I'm just like getting my money's worth every time I wear it.
Overpaid for, but like you're so thankful that you did.
I am so thankful that I got this jacket. Like it is such an exorbitant thing, but like I truly don't care. I wear it so much. I wear it 3 times this week, and I wore it like out in Malibu once. Like I just think this jacket is so versatile. I'm like, I could wear it on the slopes of Aspen or the beaches of Malibu.
Love to see it.
And it would be pertinent in both situations.
Totally. Also,
can I just say like how much I miss cutting you off? Like it's just, it's so exciting.
It's fine. Also, before the break, I was complaining a lot how like my life is not balanced, where like either I'm working so hard or I'm being a sloth. And I actually came up with the solution for the imbalance in my life, and that has been books, because now I read instead of watching TV. And how can you feel like an unproductive like piece of shit if you're reading books?
Yeah,
it's amazing. So now I read like books like they're Hallmark movies, and I really feel like I found that's what you call balance.
Well, we spoke about this on the Patreon, so I won't go into it too much. But I too read one book over the break, and by the way, it was a really thick book. It was like 500 pages. A Howard Stern book, really, really good.
Which she's been working on since September.
And by the way, ever since I read the Howard Stern book, I have now had 2 dreams about Howard Stern.
Oh my
I told
God.
you about one of them, and then the other one, I was doing a big show in the Bahamas, and Howard Stern showed up.
Wow.
And like the production wasn't working, there was nobody to run the audio, like it was a nightmare. And I kept waking up from the dream being like, phew, it's not real. Going back to sleep and going back into the dream. I couldn't get out of the dream. It was crazy. I had to wake up fully just to get out of it.
Interesting.
I believe that's what people call a nightmare.
Except Howard Stern was there.
That's true, but I didn't really get to chat with him because he was like so disappointed in me, you know? It was so upsetting.
I'm sorry for you. Know that I am.
Is there anything else? Oh, let's talk about your fight.
Oh my God. Okay, so Saturday night, we went out for Margot Lewin's birthday. We had dinner at Catch. It's been a minute since we've been to Catch.
And it was so funny because we were waiting for our table, and I literally turned to everyone. I'm like, you know, it's such a shame that this restaurant is like so trashy because the food is so good. But in recent years, it has really become like really just not elevated anymore. Like,
it's just Thoughtlandia.
It's Thoughtlandia. Like, there's just girls in hooker dresses everywhere with their titties out. But we still go because the food is so good and it's honestly
and the
a
vibe
good
is
time.
good, and the location's good.
But it was just funny because I had literally just said that.
Yeah. So we were
not
seated,
to make the fight about me.
Right. We were seated at a table, and it was so busy at Catch. And so we were seated kind of close to the table next to us, and I was bearing the brunt of that because I was back to back with the girl at the table behind us, and it was like uncomfortable throughout the, like in the beginning, like when she would flip her hair, I would feel it. You know how that happens sometimes at like a busy popping restaurant, but it's like not a big deal.
No, you were both living with it. Like, it was definitely annoying for you. You didn't really say anything. I'm sure it was annoying for her. But
yeah, I'm sure she felt me like when I moved, but it's like
busy restaurant
that's what happens when you go to a busy restaurant in New York City. Like, welcome to New York. Okay. Anyways, at one point she gets up to go to the bathroom, and I was like, ooh, nice, like I can breathe for a second. And I had been trying to move to the left or to the right, trying to like figure it out, but whatever, it's just called like having a meal at a busy restaurant. Like, not a big deal, once again. Anyways, the girls come back from the bathroom, this girl sits in the chair and shoves all the way into me. And I turn around, it's a different girl that was sitting there
But
before.
you guys, she shoved Jackie's chair so close to the table. Jackie's titties were like being served. She was literally choking.
Yes, literally like up against the table, and I turn around, I'm like, excuse me, and she's like, oh, what? I'm like, excuse me, you're pressing up against me, like, can you please move? And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
And I stepped in, I was like, sis, you are literally choking my sister, move. Like,
yeah.
It was pertinent.
I just was turned around like, please fucking move. Like, I'm still up here, up against the table. Like, please move. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, listen, like, don't be a beast.
She was
just
wasted,
move. I was
you
like,
guys.
you can move to the left. I can move to the right. Just like, please move. I'm choking up against the table. And she was just like pretending to be stupid. Then her friend comes over, and it was the friend who was sitting in the chair originally, who obviously told her friend to take her seat and shove into me because they were like talking in the bathroom about me. Like, so interesting for their lives. She comes over and she goes, you've been at this restaurant for 12 minutes. We've been here for 3 hours. I was like, okay, so leave. Like,
no, by the way, that was the best part of the fight.
I was like, you're done with your meal. Like, go up to the club. It's so much fun. Why are you guys sitting here pushing into me?
They were trying to say, like, we deserve to push you because we've been here for 3 hours. It's like, okay, so you've eaten already. We had to wait 45 minutes for a table because of people like you.
Who've already paid the check and now are just taking up the table.
So it was just getting so heated. They were making such dumb arguments. They were wasted. They were such trash. Like, this girl was literally, her nipples were out. Like, it was a level of trashlandia I've never experienced. And I was just watching. I'm really disappointed in myself.
No, but it was so funny, like, the way our table reacted versus theirs, because our table, we were all, like, we don't get into fights, so we were all just, like, sitting around snickering. Well, you guys were, and I was just really trying to tell her, like, still move, like, I'm still pressed up against the table.
We were sitting just, like, laughing at how crazy this was, and one by one, they're all getting up.
They're all getting up, like, throwing hands, and as...
You want to go outside?
It was, like, 2 minutes, and then, like, the manager and security came over, and, like, this girl's, like, coming up over security.
I have
like,
a video.
Do you want to go outside? I'm like, no, I don't. Like, it's raining, and
Yeah.
we just got our appetizers.
They were just, like, really looking for a fight with, like, the wrong group of people. Like, we are just not the type of girls to throw down in the middle of a crowded restaurant.
No, and I just, like, I kept calling this girl a beast because I think it's the most pertinent insult, and I just had
Very
to thank
Kim Richards of you.
Kim Richards for bringing it into my vernacular because it insults someone on, like, a physical and mental level. And I was saying, like, your behavior is beastly.
Yeah,
and,
your physicality.
Yeah, and also you are a beast.
Yeah.
And then she was looking at me. I had an extra hair clip in. She was like,
It said
your
extra.
headband literally says extra beast. And I was like, your face says extra beast.
It was
move.
the dumbest fucking conversation. Like,
And then eventually security comes after they're asking us to go out, after the other table was like trying to take it to the parking lot, and they are kicked out because they had already paid the check and they were sitting there for 3 hours and it was a
right,
crowded
like we
restaurant.
literally hadn't even gotten our appetizers yet.
They were all kicked out, and then people were coming over and they're like, oh my God, we've been watching that table. They've been drinking for 3 hours. These girls were trashed. So
What was so funny was that, like, Catch is the toastiest restaurant. Like, I never go there and judge see 1,000 toasters. And there was, like, 10 tables around us of toasters. Like, they were so nice. And we just happened to be seated not only to the people who were in toasters, but they were insane. Like, I've never seen such trash in my life. Honestly, it felt like an episode of Bad Girls Club.
it really, really didn't. And it didn't have to get to that level. Okay, like, you shoved into me, but I turned around and just asked you to move. Like, you could have moved. It didn't have to go to the parking lot.
They started it in a very physical way, and then they all just, like, got up and were throwing hands, and, like, I honestly thought that was only the type of stuff that, like, I see on Floribama Shore. Like, I didn't think that happened in real life.
It was so absurd.
And I just have to give so much credit to Jackie. Like, I am a beast, but I think when I am, like, faced with confrontation, I totally run away. You were so standing up for yourself. Like, I couldn't believe, like, how much you were taking it head on when I was like, I literally would have cried and ran away.
No, I couldn't believe it either, but it was just like, I don't know. I felt like I haven't been out in so long. Like, I'm having a couple drinks with my friends. I deserve to sit just as much as you do.
Honestly, more, because they already had 3 hours on
Right,
you.
right. And, like, they look like they're out every single night. Like, I'm not. So you know what? Like, I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to take up my seat, and you're going to fucking move.
No, it was, you guys, it was so crazy. These girls just came back from the bathroom, like, looking for a fight.
No, and I think the key point is that she had her friend take her seat so that she would shove into me. Like, they
Right.
sent in the linebacker.
Yeah, no, that's like what we would have done, like, if Olivia was there.
Right, I'd be like, Olivia, push.
Olivia wasn't there, obviously, and I literally FaceTimed her because it was such an Olivia moment. Like, Olivia
100%.
just would have really, like, that's what Olivia was made for. She protects us. She's like a mama bear. And I just know, like, if she would have been there, like, it would have turned out so differently. And I called her, I'm like, Olivia, you would have been so proud of Jackie. She completely stood up for herself. Like, literally none of us even chimed in.
No, and like we were all just like, no one even stood up. Meanwhile, their whole table was up like,
Yeah, no, fist pumping. It was insane.
It was insane.
And then when we left the restaurant, we were being so dramatic. We like thought they were waiting outside for us because like they were not done.
no, and they were just so drunk and like, it's like a dog with a bone. And you just like, if you want to get into a fight, that's why they get in so many fights on Floribama Shore. It's like all
They're
the drinking,
wasted.
everything's heightened. You think you're so right. And it's like, I'm sorry, when you're shoving people into tables, you're just not right.
You ain't right, sis. You ain't right. But just a great memory for the scrapbook.
Yeah, totally. It just, I had so much adrenaline after that I actually needed to drink more to just like quell my nerves.
Oh, and if you think we spoke about anything else for the rest of the
We
night,
did not.
wrong. We couldn't stop. Like, I've just never experienced like trash like that, and I was just so excited.
No, it was so crazy. And now I think we need to get into more fights.
I think it's gonna be my thing of 2020, like start more bar fights.
But you know what's so crazy? Anytime you get into an altercation or the one time, like you always think like, oh, I should have said this, I should have said that. And like, it was the first time in my life where I had absolutely no regrets.
That's a good feeling. I had regrets. I
Or
felt
you
like,
think of your comeback later. I'm like,
oh,
nope.
Totally. I felt like Jeremiah from Floribama Shore. You know, he's like a big guy, and then like when there's a fight, he's always running away, and that's like a people's beef with him in the house. That's me. Like I have a big talk, and then like I literally just sat and watched, and I was freaking out. Like I just couldn't believe what was happening.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I let you down.
No, no one let me down.
am Jeremiah.
I totally had it covered because I was completely in the right. Like, you don't go shoving people just because we're back to back. Like, I know it's uncomfortable
Right.
for you. It's uncomfortable for me. It's just a fact of life.
Right. It's just what you get when you go to a poppin' restaurant.
Right.
That's located in Thoughtlandia.
Right. Maybe go somewhere less poppin' if you can't handle it.
Early bird special.
If you can't handle the pop, stay out of the kitchen.
Actually going back to Catch tonight, but the new Catch steak, have you been?
No.
People are always asking for restaurant recommendations. I have heard that it's amazing, so I'm going tonight, and I will report back tomorrow.
Very exciting. I
Yeah.
look forward to hearing it.
I think it's like Celeblandia.
Totally. Well,
Hopefully.
there's so much that we need to talk about. So much has happened since we've been gone.
The Golden Globes were on last night.
Yes, that will be part of the Fast Five. And I think we'll just be going in and out of every different thing that we experienced
Yes.
in the last 2 weeks.
I am just so happy to be here. THEO is being such a good boy. I don't want to like wake him up, but he's just the light of my life. And I'm so glad that, you know, it's a new year, but absolutely nothing has changed in my relationship with my son, and I feel really proud.
I'm so proud for you. And actually, one thing has changed is that he now knows that he's going to be a cousin. And you can really see like the cousin vibes coming out.
Do you think that's actually going to be like hard for him? Like, because even though he's not a real person, like dogs just want attention.
I don't think it will be hard for him. I think he's going to be so excited to have someone his own size, you know?
Yeah.
That he can see eye to eye with.
I used to think, like, I used to be such a bitch, like, and I used to be so judgmental of people who would, like, let dogs near their newborns. Like, I would see pictures on Pinterest of, like, huge golden retrievers, like, laying with newborn babies, and I'm like, that is such irresponsible parenting. Like, I used to tell Ben, I'm like, when we have a child, like, the first year, we're gonna have to give Theo to Jackie or something. Like, and literally, what an idiot I was, you know?
Yeah,
like, that's
no.
so wrong. Theo literally would never hurt a fly.
No, and certainly not a bebe.
Oh, also, what we didn't speak about, which I just want to mention really quickly, is us, like, being TikTok stars.
Right.
We had just been getting into TikTok before the break, but I literally spent the entire break on TikTok. Like, I can't stop swiping, like, renegade, whoo. Like, I follow me, girl with no job, follow Jackie at Jackie O. Like, we are just consistently pumping out amazing content here on TikTok, and I'm obsessed with Charlie. Like, I'm so involved in, like, the TikTok drama. Like, there's a TikTok Facebook group, TikToast. It's so good.
It's so good.
That's where I, like, learn about all the trends, you know?
Same. It's just, it really is a premium platform, and I love it for the children. I can't say that enough. And I also, not only do I love the children being creative, like dancing in the rooms, as opposed to like being on Instagram, taking
Nodding.
selfies, editing them, feeling bad about themselves.
Yeah.
But also, like, I think all this dancing could solve America's obesity,
Obesity.
epidemic.
I have so many thoughts about TikTok and its benefits on our youth, and I also feel like I see so many, and I don't follow a lot of people. I just go to the main For You page and just see people from, like, all different walks of life, and it's like, these kids, they could be doing so much worse things. Like, when I was a kid, I was, like, drunk in a field in the middle of the night. You know what I mean? Like, these kids could be doing so much worse, and I feel like TikTok's really, like, keeping them out of trouble weirdly, and, like, making them, like, fuel their energy into, like, more creative, like, funny. I just think it's such a great platform.
I think it's such a great platform. Like, I stan.
I stan.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna jump in. Is that correct?
Are you think it's time?
Do I think it's time? I mean, it's been so long, and I'm actually
It's
not-
hard to know. And
I'm not-
actually, it's been 17 minutes. I do think it's time.
I'm not wearing a watch, so, you know,
It's hard to know.
I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I do think that it's time.
Okay, without further ado, it is time for the Fast 5 stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast.
Feels good to say that again. And
Yeah.
by the way, I know I said it was time, and I don't want to like take a step back on what I said because I'm a woman of my word most of the time. But I would be remiss. Like, I would be devastated. I think I would even be heartbroken.
No, we can't have that.
If I didn't let you guys know that today's episode sponsor is so premium. It's MTV's Siesta Key. It is back to heat up the winter on Tuesday, January 7th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time Pacific. The Bachelorette's Robbie Hayes is joining the cast for the hottest season yet. We had them on the show a few weeks ago, and Jackie and I had the privilege of getting a sneak peek at the first episode. And I know this is an ad, but it's so good.
You guys, it's so good. If you've never watched an episode of Siesta Key, this is the one to watch. Like, I think TV viewers all over the world are going to be shocked. I actually
Also, did you see Jonah Hill last night put Siesta Key in his Instagram story?
No.
Yes.
Wow.
I know.
He's a man who knows premium content, justice for Ruthie.
Siesta Key is back with more drama than ever before, welcoming the Bachelorette's Robbie Hayes to the crew. Dive into the new season on Tuesday, January 7th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time Pacific on MTV. The original gang is back, but the dissolution of Siesta Key's it couple, Alex and Juliet, debatable if they're an it couple, has left the friend circle divided. New cast members invade the scene, bringing conflict, heartbreak, and deception into the mix. Now the newly minted crew must learn that taking risks with love and friendship comes with a cost, leaving lovers burned and friendships irreversibly damaged. And I'm not trying to be like clickbaity, but you're going to see something in this first episode that's going to absolutely blow your mind. It's just, you didn't think like Madison would be the hero of this season, but she is. You have to tune into the new season of Siesta Key, January 7th at 8 p.m. Eastern Pacific. Such a good show. Can't recommend it enough.
Can't recommend it enough. I can't wait to recap it. And I also heard word on the street is that the Snatcher is going to be doing Siesta Key recaps now.
Oh, well, she should, because it'll be, one small step in our big plan to get her like mysteriously dating Jared.
Right. And also because everyone on Siesta Key is the Snatcher, it's only
Yeah.
appropriate that she would be talking about them.
Yeah, totally.
The
They should change
Bachelor
name.
comes back tonight, which means
yes.
the Snatcher comes back in full force tomorrow, like talking about all things snitch and snatch. And I'm really excited about it. I'm
Me
going to
too.
watch.
I'm going to watch too. I actually really like Peter. I think he was a great choice.
I disagree, but I'll still watch.
Okay,
Because I
well-
like to watch for the women. I think the women are interesting, you know?
No, Peter's hot.
He's just fake Nick Viall to me, and
Make
that's
sure-
all he's ever going to be.
Make sure you're subscribed. So much Nick Viall to talk about. Make sure you're subscribed to The Snatcher, Apple, Spotify, iTunes, all the places.
I look forward to hearing the snitch's thoughts.
Me too.
Okay, let's get into it because
The
first
snitch's
story
thoughts. The
is
thoughts.
the Golden Globes.
Yes, what a show.
What a show, thanks to Ricky Gervais. Otherwise, it would have been another steaming hot pile of shit.
Yes, but, Ricky Gervais was impeccable, but I do think that it was better than ever because of Ricky Gervais, but also because I think there were a record number of A-listers in one room. Like, every year people go because they're nominated, but maybe it was just this year's slate of content, but like, every famous person was there. Like, I just thought it was, even Ryan Seacrest was saying on the red carpet, like, there were so many celebrities, especially at the end. They gave Brad Pitt like 1 minute. Like,
No, I know. I can't believe Brad Pitt went on red carpet.
No, I know.
I was so shook. I was so happy to hear from Brad Pitt multiple times.
hot.
So hot.
Daddy.
So much to discuss.
Hair.
Okay, we have the complete list of winners, which we'll get to. But
I don't really care.
It's interesting.
Yeah, but that's like really not why I watched. I watched for the fashion, obviously. I watched for Ricky Gervais, and I watched for just like the intercommunication of celebrities.
I watched for Ricky Gervais, and he hit it out of the park. Like, so, what's the opposite of tone deaf?
In touch.
Pitch perfect.
In touch, like the magazine. I just finally got
He
it.
was pitch perfect, even through an edit. Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself joke. And, like, he just, really feel like summed up how so many people feel about Hollywood. And the fact that
1000%.
people in Hollywood were laughing about it, it's like, oh, we can all get along.
But he really wasn't performing for the people in the room. He was performing for the people at home, which I really appreciated. And it's very hard to be a celebrity. And this is what Joan Rivers said in her documentary, which really struck me. She's like, you can't get a seat at the table if your job is to make fun of the table. So it's really hard to be a celebrity and accepted by Hollywood when you, as a comedian or a host or just a commentator, your job is so dependent on making fun of these people. And it's really hard to like be in the room, but also make fun of the room. And I'm sure it was uncomfortable at points, but I thought he was stellar.
Stellar. And I think also a lot of the acceptance speeches were better because it was under this guise of like, don't be so self-congratulatory. Like,
don't be so preachy.
fake your agent. It is what it is.
Yeah, no, don't be so preachy. And like, I feel like a lot of people, whether or not you agree with some of the political statements made at award shows, it just feels so silly coming from a group of people who are so hypocritical. And he said it so perfectly. Like, if ISIS made a streaming service, like, you guys would be calling your agents. Like, and it's so true. So yes, some of the sentiments are beautiful, but it's like, to be honest, hearing it from you makes me disagree with you. Like, even if I agree with you, Michelle Williams, it's a woman's right to choose. I agree, but like, you just stop. Please, just don't. Like, it's not what they're saying, it's just where it's coming from. It's so silly and it's so toned down.
And I think Joaquin Phoenix was actually getting somewhere by the end of his speech, but he got played off when he was saying, like, you guys can all talk about, like, climate change, but then you're taking your private jets to Palm Springs.
I thought he was going to pledge an amount of money at that moment, and I was envisioning him, like, taking bids. Like, who's gonna? I'm gonna do 100,000. Anyone gonna match me?
I mean, maybe he was going to, but he just couldn't. He couldn't land the plane. He couldn't land the private plane in Palm Springs.
I don't know him, but I feel like he's changed for the better.
No, I feel like I know him, and I feel like this time it's going to be different.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I'm sure they say that every time Joaquin like goes through something.
No, I really like him.
I love him, and it's so funny because when I got back from our GNO at like 3 a.m, I was watching TV, and since Friends is no longer on Netflix, which we'll talk about, I have nothing to watch before bed, and Walk the Line was on E, and I was literally just like sitting there like with tears in my eyes. I'm like, this movie's so good, and Ben was like, I've never seen it. I'm like, you've never seen Walk the Line, Animal? Like,
wow.
And then I just had this appreciation in my
uncultured swine.
Right. Then I had this appreciation in my heart for Joaquin Phoenix that just translated into the Golden Globes.
Totally.
And then him reuniting with Reese Witherspoon was beautiful.
So beautiful. Okay, we could talk about some of the winners, but I want to hear who your best dressed were. Okay. I came to top 3 for me, so just feel free to rattle them off.
My top 3, one of the people in my top 3 is so random because like she wasn't really there, but Kristen Cavallari on E. Did you see what she wore?
I did.
She looked amazing, and she is the Snatchler.
She is. But like I think she looked great for Kristen Cavallari, but that's a safe choice on your part. I feel.
Oh, on my...
Yes, like she looks great. Like there's...
Yeah, because everybody looked terrible. I'm literally like scraping the bottom of the barrel to think of 3 people who looked good.
I started to, once I was thinking about it more, I had trouble whittling it down to 3, but my number 1 best dressed.
Oh, sorry, she wasn't my number 1.
Oh, who's your number 1?
Well, I thought we were going to start from the bottom.
Oh, okay, we can start from the bottom.
Okay.
My number 3 best dressed, this was the hardest one I had. I'm going to say Ana de Armas from Knives Out, wearing Ralph and Russo. Stunning. I just saw Knives Out. It is so good. She is so beautiful. And just to see her on the carpet, like being the Snatcher for her first Golden Globes, I love to see it.
Stunning. I completely agree.
Okay, number 2.
Number 2, it was kind of a daring choice. Joey King.
Interesting.
I thought it was beautiful. It was different. She could have just shown up in like a Zac Posen dress like everyone else, but it was really interesting. I think that she like had a lot to prove because she was the youngest person there for the most part who was nominated, and I just thought she looked excellent. It wasn't the most conventionally beautiful, but I thought it was the most daring.
Yeah, no, and I think the youngest person there was that JoJo Rabbit.
Yeah, but I just mean like she's like young Hollywood. It was a really big deal for her to be nominated, and even though she didn't win, like I just thought she really showed up. We could have not been speaking about her. Like she could have just.
She took a chance.
She didn't win. She was not the most famous person there, but I thought it was a good choice.
Okay, cool. My number 2, and it could be number 1, but I had number 1 for someone else who just blew me away. My number 2 is Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh,
fabulous.
I endorse.
So cool, so Gwyneth, so timely, and so timeless.
But the overall consensus from people on the internet, which I know is not an indication, was people hated her dress.
Because people hate her.
I was shocked. And maybe I only love the dress because I'm head over heels in love with Gwyneth Paltrow, but she looked amazing. I thought it was hot couture, but also like accessible. You saw her little butt cheeks on the E! News. I thought it was incredible.
It was sexy and conservative. It was everything. It was the oxymoron dress. I loved it.
It was perfect.
It was perfect.
I agree. I love that
and
choice.
She looked beautiful. She like just had this glow about her. She even like embodied her character from The Politician. I just thought it was...
Yes.
She just knocked it out of the park.
I'm really curious who your best dressed is because mine is part best dressed because she looked beautiful, but also because I just like stan her now, Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, she was maybe going to be my number 3, but I just like wanted to switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I completely agree. She looked incredible.
And I don't know if she just like looked incredible or it was like the sight of her and Colin Jost together, which like made the dress more beautiful. Either way, number 1 best dressed.
Yeah, no, and her face, she just like looked, she was radiating.
And
there was a lot of radiation in the room, and she's not on my best dress list, but Nicole Kidman is just every bit the A-lister.
It was crazy because she actually looked so much like Cameron Westcott because Cameron wore a red gown to the reunion, which we will recap the reunions this week as the new episodes come out.
Yes.
But it was just freaky to see her there. You know, I was like, Cameron, what are you doing there? You're supposed to be in Cabo.
She just looked so beautiful. My number one best dress, and I think this is going to shock people, I just like felt some type of way about it, and I just wish I wanted to see so many other people in that dress.
Can I get? Actually, no, I don't know what you're
Renee
saying.
Zellweger.
Oh,
Fucking
1000%.
loved that dress. I loved her shoes. Oh my God, her toned arms. Like, I don't even stand, like, I had no clue. And I would have never even seen her dress if she didn't win the award.
Right.
And I was just blown away. I love the simplicity of it. I loved the color. I loved it.
So easy to forget about her because she whispers, and I totally forgot that she was there, but great call.
I would have never known that she was there if she didn't win.
She looked amazing. And
She looked amazing.
Her speech was actually lovely and sincere, and I feel like she kind of feels like an outsider because she used to be like the belle of the ball, and then she like took 20 years off after weirdly getting married to Kenny Chesney on a beach.
What?
Yeah.
Are they still married?
No, they were married for like 1 minute.
Ugh.
And they got like married on the beach,
That's
and it was
cute.
in People magazine. It was like the
She was
weirdest thing ever.
obviously inspired by Nicole Kidman.
She was obviously going through something. Oh, also, the red carpet was so great. E was doing a really good job of like bringing people together. So Laura Dern, Nicole Kidman, and Keith Urban all got interviewed together, and then weirdly Paul Rudd came in because they were all just there. And I like when celebrities hang out, so I really enjoyed that. Paul Rudd was being so funny. Nicole Kidman said the most lovely, genuine things about Laura Dern. I feel like everyone in Hollywood kind of champions Laura Dern, and I never realized, I know she's been around for a while, but I don't think I realized how long she'd been on until they did that package of Ellen's accomplishments, and the episode where she comes out and like, you know, breaks the internet was she was talking to Laura Dern, and I had no idea because I've obviously never seen that show or that episode, but I was like, damn, Laura Dern, and then she won, and I felt like it was such a good night for Laura Dern. I thought, did you see The Marriage Story?
No.
No, you didn't miss anything, but her character was amazing, and I really thought she deserved to win, so I was so happy for her.
I might watch it. The shows did make me want to watch some things, mostly 1917 because it won Best Picture, and because the guy's speech was so cute. It's like, it's hard to get recognition when you don't have a movie star in your movie. Our movie comes out next week, like, please go see it. And it's like, what better advertisement than winning Best Picture? I just want to support that guy.
1000%.
And it's like, I mean, honestly, World War I, not the most entertaining of wars.
Yeah, but like, World War II was so sad.
No, but like, I think World War II is so sad.
It's personal for us.
But at least World War II, there's like, there was
winner.
juice and stuff.
And also like good triumphed over
like
evil.
Inglorious Bastards, you know, you can make it like entertaining.
Also,
World
like,
War I is just depressing.
I know this is gonna sound crazy, but like, who was in World War I? Like everyone.
Yeah, the same characters, and so a lot of the bad blood spilled over into World War II. It wasn't fully sussed out.
Got it. But not as crazy as World War Z, that Brad Pitt movie.
I had one more thing I wanted to talk about, but I can't. Oh, someone else who I thought looked incredible, and I just wanted to mention on the show because I think it will get back to her because she listens to the show, and it was my favorite look of hers of all time.
Wait, someone who listens to this show?
Yes, who participated in last night's events. Not so far-fetched.
Who?
Tanya Rad.
Oh my God, The Snatchler.
Oh my God, I loved her dress.
And I love that she didn't change for InStyle because that dress deserved to be photographed on a red carpet.
Oh my God, and I think it was Giovanni because she
was.
Giovanni. Oh my God, she looked so beautiful.
Incredible.
I loved the glam, I loved the dress, and I just like, I needed more of it.
I agree, and I thought she did a great job. It's weird because for certain award shows, E really gets their shit together. I feel like they have Justin and Tanya and Hunter and Aaron Lim like really being on the carpet, and they only had Hunter and Aaron Lim on the carpet for like 1 minute, and they did a stupid AT&T commercial. It was so silly.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
I really wish they used more of their talent more. They did like Justin and Tanya did like a Twitter thing, which is great, but like I really want to see them on the carpet.
Yeah, and Wells.
And honestly, like, not to be mean, and I'm going to try my hardest not to be mean, but like it's time for Juliana Rancic to go.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, she is so bad at her job. Like, she can't remember things about people. She asks everyone the same question. And Ryan Seacrest is great at his job, but he's like sitting there talking to Charlize Theron about, you know, the feminist movement starting from the Roger Ailes thing. And it's like, let's not forget, you know, Ryan Seacrest was Me Too'd as well. And we just like kind of glaze over that. So it's like a little tone deaf. I just think that it's really time. Even Jason Kennedy, like it's time for new people.
Oh, I like Jason Kennedy,
No, me
but
too.
I
Like,
also
he should
think
be there.
at a certain point, it's like Ryan Seacrest is actually great for the job because he's really friends with all these people, and so they give him that respect. I don't know if it had been anyone else, if Brad Pitt would have stopped by, you know?
That's true. He's a true professional.
Yeah.
But Juliana, man, is just out of control.
Yeah. I saw her interview with Kirsten Dunst, and I really...
Where she called her Jennifer Aniston. Did you see
right,
that?
and I really felt like she didn't know who she was talking to, and it's like...
How dare you,
We have
Torrance
no
Shipman.
choice but to respect Torrance Shipman. Like, sit down.
I'm sexy.
I'm cute.
And I'm also popular to boot.
Yeah.
I'm also bitchin' with great hair, but we'll talk about that later. I wrote down a few notes of things I wanted to mention.
Oh, please do.
Taylor Swift was there. Her and Joe walked separately, which is just so weird. Like, okay, I get that if he's not going to come with her to stuff, she's not going to come with him, but you're both in the same room. Weird.
Yeah.
They sat next to each other, so we got like 1 or 2 pictures of them.
And those were like the first posing pictures you got of them.
Really cute.
I saw them on like the corner of the screen. I was so excited for you.
Me too. I was sad that she lost, but if she's going to lose to Elton John, to me that doesn't feel like a loss. Like Elton John is an icon.
Agreed. But I don't think she could have won because of the reviews that Cats have been so awful.
But that song.
I know, but Cats can't be a Golden Globe winning movie. It just can't be.
I have one complaint about the Golden Globes.
Well, I think that Beyonce was snubbed, and I think Lion King as best animated film, like, oh my God, what a snub.
Agreed.
And Spirit should have won best song.
Agreed. I thought that whatever movie won, it was like there was 5 movies nominated for animated, and 4 of them were huge names that any could have won. Lion King, Frozen 2. And then this no-name thing happened, and I was like, excuse me, what's this movie?
I guess it must have been really good.
Maybe we should see it.
Maybe.
Okay. So Taylor Swift was there, and she gave she presented an award, and she presented it with Amy Poehler.
Right.
And I remember having vague like flashbacks to something happening at the Golden Globes with Amy Poehler, and then I remember that we always say there's a special place in hell for women who don't support other women, and that's actually, we're joking, but there's a quote that Taylor Swift made about Tina Fey and Amy Poehler when they hosted the Golden Globes years ago. They made a joke that like she dated so many guys. Like,
yeah, like the Golden Globes boys, they were like, keep them away from Taylor Swift, something like that.
No, they said Michael J. Fox's son.
Yeah.
And then she said there's a special place in hell for women who don't support other women. And then she was out there presenting with Amy Poehler. And I know it's been years, but there's no continuity. I needed to know like what happened there.
Yeah, I'm sure they kissed and made up, but that was a really severe statement for like a joke.
Yeah, no.
And
it's like,
in the words of Ricky Gervais, like they're just jokes.
They're just jokes. I agree. Next thing I wanted to say, I just would like a wellness check on Jennifer Aniston. She was really not well. Not only on the red carpet, I thought there was something a little weird with her, but I'm like, maybe she's just excited. Then when she presented the award, she like was having trouble reading off the teleprompter. She said there was going to be a video, and then there was no video, and she was just being weird. She was giving me weird vibes.
Oh, I didn't pick up on any of the weird vibes. I mean, maybe she was startled by the fact that her OTP was in the room, and they're both single right now, and they were spotted at the same intimate after party, and maybe they're going to get back together.
And
even
they
though,
also,
like, I couldn't, if I were her, I could never after the public shaming. But as a fan, like, please.
They also cut to her while Brad was speaking, and she was like making goo-goo eyes at him. I don't stand them at all. Like, I think one, like, she would be so silly to go back to him just because of not even what he did to her, but like what the media did. Like,
it was just too much.
And also, I just think, honestly, I think he could do better.
I agree, but I just think it would be such a cute poetic ending, and they really are both America's sweethearts. And if he can't be with Gwyneth Paltrow, like he should be with her.
He should be with Gwyneth Paltrow. I agree. After reading Howard Stern's book, even though I believe in Brad Paltrow and Gwyneth Paltrow's love, I'm not discounting that. I just think like what Brad Pitt did for Gwyneth Paltrow, like at such a pivotal time in his career, was astonishing.
No, like they're just maybe one day. You never know.
And then I want to talk about one of the most talked about moments of the Golden Globes, which was Juliana Rancic's wig.
Was it a wig?
Of course.
Oh, because it was like blonder than she normally is?
And it was like so much hair. She has like a bob now, I think. It was the weirdest thing ever. Like, it was just, first of all, it was such a bad wig. Like, it was Party City vibes. Like, it was really Halloween. And then she wore this like terrible dress. It was just, she actually always kind of slays it. Like, she has great glam. And she doesn't wear like, you know, a Valentino dress, but she always finds like a unique designer. And it's like always like very like elevated prom. I just thought she looked horrible.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite look. I didn't think the glam was there.
Speaking of looking horrible, we have to talk about J-Lo.
I kind of disagree with you. It wasn't my favorite look of hers by any means, but I liked it.
Oh
I didn't
God.
love her hair.
Terrible.
But I kind of like the dress. She likes those big avant-garde dresses, and it wasn't my worst of the night by any means.
It was definitely down there for me. I was going through Twitter of old Golden Globes that she was at, just like being a presenter, and like she's literally best dressed at award shows that she could very well doesn't need to be at. And it's like, this is your night, you almost won. Like, it was just a big night for you, and like this is your best look. I was looking at her dress from last year was amazing. Her hair was amazing. Like, I was just so let down. This was terrible.
But it wasn't a letdown. If anything, it was too much, you know? Like, it wasn't...
No, it was a letdown.
I didn't think it was a letdown. Like, when I saw it, it didn't really bother me until I started, like, looking at it. I was like, you know, that's kind of, like, big and stupid. But it wasn't my worst.
Okay.
She did something different at least.
No,
because I feel like she could really easily be like a one-trick pony because she is so snatched, and she could always just like
a tight silver dress.
Right, wear the green Versace dress everywhere she goes. But she did something different. I respected it.
Okay. Another thing I want to talk about was Ellen getting her award, because two things happened that really shook me. One, did Kate McKinnon come out as gay? Because I just never knew that she was gay.
I don't think she came out because wasn't framed that way, but
Right.
I didn't know either.
And like love that for her. Love the moment. I just didn't know. I was wondering if that was like news breaking or it was like everyone knew that except for me.
Perhaps, I think.
And then I want to talk about Ellen because her package like really made me emotional, and her speech was hysterical. And honestly, I take back everything I said, unless she had someone write it for her, because I was saying I really thought her special was terrible. Like I was saying, like when you're on TV for so long and people are writing for you, like maybe you just lose your funny. And I thought maybe Ellen had lost her funny, but her speech was spectacular, and it almost made me forget.
It was so funny.
It was so funny, and it really did a good job of making me forget because it seems so genuine, and then you remember that she's the devil. Allegedly. And I've been thinking a lot about Ellen being the devil allegedly because it's like, it's so crazy that she's either like an angel amongst us or the devil, like the two. And I actually have asked a lot of people recently, like who work in the industry and who have worked adjacent to her or even with her, if the rumors are true. And like every single one has confirmed that they're true, which is so disappointing. Well, but I don't want it to take away from the importance of Ellen's career because she really is so important, and I think that she really changed the landscape of TV, and I don't want to take away from her accomplishments because I think that's fucked up, and last night really proved that she is like such an important figure for LGBTQ people and for like just the industry in general, but I just don't think we should forget that she's the devil.
I don't disagree that like she probably is hard to work with. Like I haven't heard all the same things that you've heard, but I've heard a few things. But I think like she could be a bit of both, just like anyone, you know? Maybe she doesn't have to be 100% devil. Maybe it's like 50-50.
That's true.
You know, it depends on the day.
Yeah, it does, but I just think we shouldn't forget. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Lest we not.
We won't forget.
And then the last thing I wanted to talk about was Aquafina.
So happy for her. So happy for digital creators everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. I was like jumping for joy when she won, and Ben was like, why? He's like, have you seen this movie? I'm like, no, but I'm like, this is a great moment for influencers. Like, and I think about what Aquafina's life could have been like after Girl Code. Like, she could have just been like another funny like influencer, like making good money, but like, she really is such a talent. Mm-hmm. And I think her talent got her to the place, like, look at all the other Girl Code girls. No one's at the Oscars. No one's at the Golden Globes. Like, she is really something else.
Yeah, I'm really excited. This feels like just the beginning for her. And she just seemed so genuinely
shocked,
surprised, grateful. And it was really nice to see because there were so many A-listers there, so many people who have been nominated so many times. And I'm sure it becomes a little mundane. So to see someone fresh on the scene, very exciting. Just like that guy from Succession who was like, I've been in this industry for 60 years. And it's like, good for you. I was so happy for him.
Yeah.
It's like everyone in the middle, we get it. But like on the beginning or at the end, very exciting. Just like that guy with the eyebrows. I loved his speech.
Me too. And Ben was like, where do I know him from? Where do I know him from? I'm like, Ben, you don't know him. Like, just face it.
Yeah, no. Did he watch Chernobyl? I was so happy Chernobyl got the respect that it deserved.
I don't know Chernobyl.
I would just want one time to watch every single thing that's nominated just so I could know for sure if the right things are winning, you know?
Yeah, no, I've seen a few. I need to see Knives Out, and I need to see 1917.
Yeah, those are my two takeaways. I might watch Marriage Story just because it's on Netflix.
It's so easy.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Once again, award show season is coming and going, and no one's wearing a bra. Like, how is that possible?
No.
I always think like how I can never be famous because Saoirse Ronan showing up in like a chainmail dress with no bra. Like, where's your Third Love, girl?
No, I have no clue.
I would be showing up like tits up in a Third Love bra with my back being fully supported and no wires digging into my armpits.
Dressed by Third Love.
Third Love. Oh yes, who are you wearing? Third Love. Third Love does bras differently. They believe that every woman deserves to feel comfortable and confident every day. With the right kind of support, they help her do that. Their bras are designed to fit you and not the other way around. They're designed with measurements from millions of women. Their bra styles are made to fit your life. They have over 80 bra sizes, but know that there's only one that matters to you. There is so much that goes into finding a good bra, but 90% of it is knowing your size. And it took me 25 years.
And I would say the other 10% is going to Third Love.
Right, and it took me 25 years to find the right bra size, and I found it by taking their Fit Finder quiz. You basically answer a few simple questions, find your perfect fit in 60 seconds. They have over 15 million women who have taken the quiz. It's super fun, takes less than a minute to complete. They have a perfect fit promise, so every customer has 60 days to wear the bra, wash it, and put it to test. If you don't love it, the best part is that if you can return it to Third Love, they will wash it and donate it to a woman in need, so you don't have to feel bad about not loving your bra, even though I can assure you that you will. Every customer has just been super happy, including myself. I have many different types of their bras, strapless, but I think the t-shirt bra is my favorite. I'm wearing it today. It's hands down the most comfortable bra you'll ever own. They have straps that don't slip and tagless labels, so there's no itching, and they give back, which is the best part. Third Love knows that there's a perfect bra for everyone, so right now they are offering our listeners 15% off your first order. Go to thirdlove.com/morningtoast now to find your perfect fitting bra and get 15% off your first purchase. Again, that's thirdlove.com/morningtoast for 15% off today. Check it out, get your titties up, and in the words of Nilsa from Floribama Shore, chi-chi's up.
Sign on, get your tits up. Okay.
I can't believe that was only one story.
I know. It's really crazy. Next story is such exciting, beautiful news. Cameron Diaz and Benji Madden's daughter, Raddix, was born right before New Year's, says Cameron herself.
They posted something on Instagram, just like a brief little statement letting everyone know that the baby's here. They didn't do like a big pregnancy announcement. I think that this is so amazing, and it encouraged me to go down like a rabbit hole of like the Madden brothers, Good Charlotte. They're on tour. Like I was just like looking into them because I kind of forgot about them. And I used to tell everyone, and I thought 100% that their mom was Steve Madden, and that's not true.
Dad.
Whatever. That's not true.
No, it's not true.
Okay.
We've already told people that.
Do you think Cameron Diaz and Nicole Richie hang out because their husbands are brothers?
Like, unfortunately, I don't think so. Otherwise, they would be best friends. So they're either best friends or not friends.
But I think they actually might hang out together. But Cameron Diaz is very private. Like, she doesn't really post on Instagram. She doesn't work anymore. She's pretty much like a retired actress because she made $80 million in Trek. So like, good for you. So they might hang out, but just like not take pictures. You know, there's no way to know.
There is no way to know, but I'm just so happy for her, and I feel like she's coming back soon. I just feel it in my soul, because she's been doing some more public stuff. She like did an interview recently, and I think the world needs more Cameron Diaz. I think we're suffering without her, and it took me so long in my life for me to appreciate her.
Me too.
And I'm so mad at myself for not appreciating her when we had her.
There was a time when she was like in every rom-com, and to me she was just like a Katherine Heigl. I'm like, there's nothing special.
And like a Kate Hudson, who I also didn't appreciate for far too long.
Right, but then like in The Other Woman, that's when I really appreciated Cameron Diaz for like the true talent that she was. And then I realized like her catalog of work is so impressive.
It's so impressive. You have to watch Bad Teacher. Like you will fall in love with her even more.
I do.
If I was a teacher and I was ever like feeling down about the work that I was doing, I would just watch Bad Teacher. Okay. Because every time I watch it, it makes me want to be a teacher. And I've never had that urge.
Yeah, totally. I also think that she had a very hard time getting pregnant because this is her first child. And I'm just like so happy that she's on the other side of it now. Like she has a child. And I was putting on my Instagram story like how happy I was for her. And I got like a few messages like, but the baby's name, shut the fuck up, okay? Who cares? It's not your baby. Would I name my child Raddix? No. But do I give a shit? No.
I don't mind it. Call it Rad.
It's just hard to say Raddix Madden.
Raddix,
like the
when you say it like that, yeah.
Raddix Madden.
Raddix Madden.
It's a little tongue twister.
Not really. Only when you twist
Raddix Madden.
Only when you twist your tongue.
It's a little challenging.
Okay, you ready for our next story?
Sure.
Because the Coachella lineup has come out, and I just find it always to be an interesting bit of news because it's really a sign of the times.
It's a sign of the times, and I think at first when I saw the 3 headliners, I was like very mad about it. But if you look towards like line 2 and 3, I think it actually is not terrible.
Like I think this is the most excited I've ever been for a Coachella lineup, knowing that this lineup was not made for me whatsoever.
Right, and we have very specific
taste
in music.
So the 3 headliners are Rage Against the Machine, Travis Scott, Stormy's dad, and Frank Ocean. Like, okay, cool. And then some of the standout acts are Calvin Harris, Run the Jewels, Meg Thee Stallion, Brockhampton, Big Sean, Flume, Disclosure, 21 Savage, Danny Elfman. I'm really excited about that, as if I like think I'm going.
Fuck is Danny Elfman?
So he's like he does music scores. Remember how we almost went to Hans Zimmer, but then there were too many people. So basically, every movie that Hans Zimmer hasn't done, Danny Elfman has done.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. And if we do go to Coachella, we should go to Danny Elfman.
I think the most underrated person on this list, whose like name really just like faded into the background, was Calvin Harris, which is so underrated. Like he's an amazing DJ.
Yeah.
I think that'll be so fun. That was like when we saw Diplo at Stagecoach, like a rave. So much fun.
So much fun. Also Lana Del Rey, Lil Uzi Vert, FKA Twigs, Lil Nas. Some of the ones that I'm most excited about, which are like in the smallest of prints, Louis Capaldi, fucking love him.
Agreed. Lost Kings,
Kim Petras.
love.
Will be so good. And then also Lauren Daigle.
Love. You say
like that's and also the Martinez brothers are back, and I knew you would want to know that.
Holy shit!
I knew you would want to know that.
I don't know what the Martinez brothers looks like. I've never heard any of their songs.
But you're their number 1 fan.
But I'm their number 1 fan for what they stand for.
Yeah,
brothers.
They stand for Coachella
and family. Well, that's so crazy. I don't know if we are going to go, but we're definitely going to Stagecoach this year.
I feel like we'll wind up at Coachella, which is why I was interested in the lineup.
We always say we're not going to go, but at the end of the day, the show is supposed to be the epicenter of all things cool and culture, and sorry, that's what Coachella is.
And so is Coachella, yeah.
But what I am excited about, I don't listen to Travis Scott's music, but I'm excited for what's going to be Coachella, because he's just going to come like with Kylie, maybe Stormy, they'll get like a house, and then like all the Kardashian adjacents, and I just think like we might run into Kylie, like maybe.
It could happen.
We could like walk past her.
Yeah.
Well, she could probably walk past us.
Or maybe like Stormy will be there like in a flower crown.
That'd be so cute.
That would be so cute. Anyways, I thought it was an interesting factoid. And then once I just said it was a sign of the times, it makes me realize Harry Styles would be great for Coachella.
Yeah, maybe not a headliner, maybe like the second to last. That's a great call. He's very Coachella aesthetic with his bell-bottom pants.
Totally.
Also, I'm going to take a picture of THEO because he's being so CUTE right now.
Yeah, he's being extra CUT. He's just sleeping on the equipment.
Oh my God, cutie.
Just like making sure everything's going well.
By the way, that's a great call about Harry Styles. I like that a lot. Honestly, Niall Horan too. I'm like such a stan.
Niall Horan is just doing incredible things these days.
Incredible things for music, for women, like for everything. Ooh, also, I didn't listen to the song, but do you see that Haley Steinfeld released a song called Wrong Direction?
I listened to it once while I was doing my hair, and it just didn't stand out to me.
But Margot said it's about Niall Horan, like One Direction, Wrong Direction.
Interessant. Maybe
Also,
I'll give it another listen.
Selena Gomez put a cryptic like teaser for her new album that's like allegedly coming out this month on her Instagram, and the caption was, "You could have bought a different ring for her." So now people are like, did he propose? Like, no.
No. Maybe someone who was going to propose to Julia Michaels used a different ring.
Jade. No, but it's like, first of all, I don't think that Justin Bieber proposed to Selena Gomez, and if he did, like, people talk about it like it's so pertinent. They haven't dated in like 5 years.
No, and I was actually just reflecting on Mr. and Mrs. Bieber and how, like, when we first reported that they were engaged, they were thrown in with like Pete and Ariana and Nick and Priyanka. Oh, and by the way, she was almost my third best dress. I thought she looked incredible last night.
She looked so good, but the night was literally ruined when he called her baby on stage.
Yeah, no, it was just like too much, but she was going to be my third best dress, but then I had to give it to Anna de Armas.
She was actually the definition of the Snatchler, like her waist and the dress.
Oh my God,
and the jewels.
and the jewels, and the lipstick and the hair, it was perfection.
Snatchler.
Anyway, so I feel like for a while no one really respected Justin and Hailey Bieber, and so not only did they get married so quickly after they got engaged, like in a courthouse, but then they did the whole wedding shebang, and like they really are doing the damn thing, in the words of Becca Kufrin.
They're proving everyone wrong.
Yeah, and I just have a lot of respect for their relationship. It must be so hard.
So hard. Everyone is always talking about fucking Selena Gomez when they literally have, and you know what? She fans the flames with her music, like releasing songs that she probably wrote, well, she definitely didn't write, but like that were about how she felt about him like 10 years ago. Like, she really needs to stop.
Yeah.
Because all of the fans like always come for Hailey, and Selena really could be doing something to stop, because honestly they need, like, she dated The Weeknd. Like, there's so much.
And I still ship those two.
Me too. And is he still with Bella? His life confuses me.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like him and Bella are endgame, but then I'm like, but when he was with Selena, they both seemed so happy.
You know, I actually think him and Bella are endgame, and I don't know who, like, Selena's OTP is, but it's not Justin Bieber, and they need to stop and respect the sanctity of marriage. And I like Justin Bieber, but we need to talk about Yummy, because it's just not what I needed.
Maybe Lose You to Love Me is about The Weeknd.
Yeah, or just, like, maybe someone she dated quietly, like a high school sweetheart.
Right.
Oh, also, you know, Margot told me that I didn't know? Charles Melton and Camila Mendes broke up.
I know, I heard. I tried not to think about it too much because it was upsetting. But it just never really worked for me because of the way things panned out on Riverdale. And like Varchi for me is OTP.
Endgame,
I'm obsessed with them. And so to know that in real life she's dating Reggie, it just doesn't work.
No, but I did like them together, but they very quietly broke up for like as kind of like public they were, you know?
Yeah.
As public as they were, that wasn't English.
I just want happiness for both of them. But that's a great segue into our next story, because another Riverdale star has found eternal love. Vanessa Morgan has married White Sox pitcher Michael Kopech, also known as Brielle Bierman's ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, like normally this really wouldn't be a story, and I don't think anyone would care, but the Brielle Bierman of it all is very interesting and quite shocking.
This is fascinating stuff.
Fascinating, because the last we saw of Michael Kopech on Don't Be Tardy was they were getting ready to move in together, and then they really abruptly broke up, and he very quickly started dating Vanessa Morgan, and I didn't even know that they had gotten engaged, but that was like obviously just, and they weren't hiding it. Like, she's been posting about her bachelorette party, she put sneakers, bride to be on her Instagram story, like they were very much getting married. We haven't seen any pictures yet, but like they weren't hiding this. I just felt like it was a big secret.
Oh, I didn't feel like it was a big secret. I just don't think you follow either of them, so why would you know anything?
But I just like know so much about Michael Kopech because of Brielle Bierman. Also, we have a lot to talk about with Brielle Bierman as well. She's getting her lips dissolved.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
I saw.
I think it's great. I'm excited for her.
I'm excited. Whatever makes you happy, girl.
Yeah.
You know? I think she looks beautiful no matter what.
Madeleine Petsch was at the wedding with her boyfriend Travis.
Yeah.
I believe Camila Mendes was there as well.
Yeah, Camila Mendes was on The Bachelorette, which
Yes.
Madeleine was not, but I always thought that Madeleine and Vanessa were the best of friends.
But that's because they're dating in the show.
No, but it's also, like, I just think they're the best. Like, how Lily and Cami live together.
Yeah.
I just think, like, Vanessa and Madeleine have really become tight.
It's nice that all the Riverdale kids, like, I think whenever you're shot to stardom on a TV show like that, like, you all become best friends, obviously. But, like, now it's, like, they're not the number one show on television, but, like, they're very successful. They're more settled into being they know what it means to be a celebrity. And they're still so close. Like, I think that's nice.
I think it's nice, too.
They could have fizzled out.
Yeah, but it's only season 4? Season 4?
It's just been a while since they shot to stardom, and now it's all like regular for them.
Yeah,
like,
but
this
they
is
have
their
like
life.
18 million Instagram followers. Like, life is good.
Yeah.
Exciting.
That was like such a good show for any of them to be on, because not only do you become like an actress, you get to go to like amazing award shows, but then after that, like if all else fails, you have 18 million Instagram followers, and like that's a life.
Yeah. I
That
agree.
can pay your bills.
I agree. Fifth and final story, speaking of being an influencer who can now pay her bills, Bachelor contestant Jade Roper Tolbert wins $1 million on daily fantasy football.
This was crazy. Like it's from DraftKings, which is like you pay like it's like 1 million people paying $1, and then if you get it right, like you win the pot, and they won.
So crazy.
So crazy. Like now I want to get involved.
No, I know. I'm like so happy for her. And
though,
I know
like-
she does well, but this is just like blessings on blessings. I don't know.
Blessings on blessings.
And it's cool that like someone who's like, you see the username of the person who won. It's like cool that that's someone that a lot of people know.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people, like I saw tweets being like, like why are you playing? Like because I guess she has a lovely life, but like she wants to gamble in her free time. Let her.
Oh, yeah.
Jade Roper Tolbert can do whatever she wants, and you know
And
what?
so can Jade Roper Tolbert.
That's exactly what I was
The
going to
two
say.
of them, they could take on the world.
They're a dynamic duo.
I'm really happy for her. I wonder
Me
what she's
too.
going to do with the money after taxes.
Yeah, so like the $3 once she gets in. I think that's so crazy. Like you always hear about things like that happening. You read about them in the paper, but it never happens to someone you know. And I don't know Jade Roper Tolbert,
It never happens to someone famous.
but I know of her.
Yeah.
And I always thought that, like, remember, you know, every like maybe once a year, people get all excited because the Powerball reaches like something amazing, like historic, 300 million, and everyone buys a ticket. And if let's say Chrissy Teigen bought a ticket and she won, she would obviously like make it into like a philanthropic moment because she's very self-aware.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like celebrities buy lottery tickets too, right?
Yeah.
And like I feel like if they won, there would be like mass outrage
Oh, and yeah, they would have to
because you're taking it away
donate.
from like someone who really fucking wants it and needs it.
But I think the amount of celebrities that buy lotto tickets is probably not that much, and like it's probably less than 0.0005% of the whole
Yeah, I
pot.
mean, the odds of winning the lottery are so slim, and then the odds of it being a celebrity are like even more slim. I'm just saying, like, I hope I live in a time where a celebrity wins the lottery, and like I would love to know what people say about it.
Okay, that would
Because,
be
like,
interesting.
Because I thought that a lot
I
of
think
people,
you know what people will say.
Yeah, no, and I thought a lot of people would be like on Jade Roper Tolbert about it, like saying that she took it away from like a.
But she didn't.
But she won.
She won.
She had the best
I don't.
team.
Yeah, it's about like picking teams. I'm assuming.
I think, yeah.
But anyways, that's so exciting for her. I feel like they're always like taking fabulous trips because they're influencers. So I don't know. She has like 2 kids.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
I'm just mad that
And
I didn't get in.
It's cute that like, you know, boyfriends and girlfriends around the world like can come together because like their sports
Bachelor.
and The Bachelor have come together.
Totally. Look at you fitting into traditional gender stereotypes. My God, Jackie.
Totally. Also, I hope the Snatcher covers this big story.
Yeah, it's big news. I can't wait to hear what she has to say. So it's officially 2020. It's winter. Like, what? Where are you shopping? Like, I need a whole new wardrobe. Like, I feel like I watch old episodes of The Toast, and like in every thumbnail, I'm wearing the same 3 sweaters. Like,
No.
and the same 1 pair of boots. I just got new boots actually from a new company. Have you heard of Rothy's?
Yes.
I think they're so cute. They're a sponsor of the show.
I got these sneakers from them that are like so comfortable, and I don't know if you guys know this, but I have flat feet, so it's very important what I choose
I
to
have
put on.
flat feet as well.
What I choose to put on my feet, and the sneakers are like slip on. They're tan. They're just like premium, and you can put them in the laundry machine, which is so important because somehow I'm like always playing in the mud. Apparently,
No, when I walk Theo, like literally all my shoes, I'm like one of those nerds who leaves their shoes outside their door. No, but I never even thought of having shoes that are machine washable, but that's the whole basis around the company's Rothy's, and I think it's really fucking genius.
Agreed. Tell us more.
Have you heard about this company making stylish shoes for women and girls out of recycled plastic water bottles? Oh, and they're crazy comfortable and fully machine washable. Rothy's has quickly grown to a most loved, gotta have them brand. It's no surprise they have over 1,000 nearly perfect reviews. They're stylish, sustainable, comfortable, washable, ready, really all-in-one pairs of shoes. They're the perfect flats for life on the go. So they're the perfect everyday shoes for life on the go. They're stylish and comfortable. They come in ever-changing array of colors, prints, patterns, and they're available in a range of styles like sneakers, loafers, points, and more. They launch new colors and patterns every few weeks, and they sell out constantly. Playful designs add fun pops of color. They perk up every outfit while still looking polished and professional. They are seamlessly knit using thread made from plastic water bottles, so they're completely ultra comfortable, and as soon as you slip them on, there's zero break-in period. I hate wearing shoes that like make you bleed for a few days, and then you're like, I love them, yeah, and then you're like crying inside, like that episode from Friends where Monica buys these expensive boots. I won't go into it. It'll blow your mind that they're made from repurposed plastic water bottles. In fact, they've diverted over 35 million water bottles from landfills already. We love a company with a mission, with a statement, and we fully support a sustainable brand.
We do.
Go to Rothys, rothys.com/toast to get your new favorite flats. Check out all the amazing styles available right now at rothys.com/toast. Head to rothys.com/toast today. They're comfortable, stylish, and sustainable. They're the shoes you've been waiting for. You can throw them in the wash. It's pretty genius. rothys.com/toast. Check it out. New brand that we think you guys will really enjoy because we know you're some sustainable queens.
Yeah, no, love them. They're so sleek and chic and like cozy and great for a grandma like me.
So totally. Now that we are 2020, season 3 of the Morning Toast, I think we should set some goals.
Ooh, okay.
Just like ethically, physical goals are always good, tangible goals. I'm excited for our set to like really get decked out. Every day we sit here, one thing will be changed. We'll have a new camera, we'll have a new couch, a new table. So we're just really excited to like evolve. The sun did come out. I just want to give credit to where credit is due.
To the sun.
To Mother Nature. She's a true queen, and it looks kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm reading the comments now on YouTube. A lot of people are asking if this is a green screen.
No, it's not.
It is real New York. You'll see the sun come out and you'll see a plane. Maybe we could see Sully.
Oh my gosh.
That was another thing from Tom Hanks'
they
package.
Glazed over Sully.
I almost forgot.
No, I was waiting the whole time. I was like, where's Sully?
Sully.
Like, it's all about Sully. And I just felt like they didn't do Chesley Sullenberger justice, nor Tom Hanks.
It was really
in just
shameful.
like a 2-second clip of Sully. Like, it was so much
Shameful.
more than that.
So much more. He saved lives,
Crazy.
both human and dog.
Crazy.
Okay, so goals. I mean, I think we've had the same goal like from last year in terms of guests. Is like we need a Kardashian Jenner on the toast.
Right. We have some other people now on the list. We need Jeffree Star. I've added Guy Fieri to the list.
Howard Stern.
Or just like maybe like
Us going on Howard Stern works too.
or just like sitting in like the bathroom at his studio and like waiting for him to come in,
Yeah, that works.
That works.
We
Whatever
could, like,
it
pick
is.
it outside the Sirius office. It's on 6th Avenue.
Whatever it is, we'll make
And
it
Andy
happen.
Cohen's there too.
Ooh, perfect. By the way, I watched his New Year's Eve special.
Did you?
Yeah, because we got home from New Year's and we turned on like the ball dropping thing. It was over, but like LA was still happening. So we just wound up watching everything like over again. And then we saw Andy and Anderson and it was like so crazy.
By the way, they get crazy. They get so drunk. They like talk about dick on CNN. It's crazy. People love it.
Like Anderson is, I familiar with him. Like he's the heavy, like he's like a real newscaster. Like he couldn't read, he couldn't speak.
They were drunk. They were taking shots.
It was so crazy. They were video chatting people in. They video chatted in Keith and Nicole Kidman, and the stream was like so janky. It was like everyone was talking over each other. It was so
glad other
uncomfortable.
people have janky
Wait,
streams.
and then they literally video conferenced in Lindsay Lohan from Oman.
What?
And her connection was better than any people down the street. It was so crazy. And then they like took a shot of Jägermeister. Anderson was being funny about that. It was really reminding me of me and you. Like I guess I'm the Anderson.
They have a great rapport because they're so different.
Yeah.
And that's why people love them. That's why they go on tour together. And that's why they're perfect for something like that because Andy's so turn up. I think my absolute favorite thing was, I think maybe a year or two ago, it was raining. And you're sitting outside and Andy and Anderson had umbrellas. And then like the television union yelled at them saying you're not allowed to have umbrellas. And the whole time they were on the stream complaining that the people from Univision had umbrellas. And he's been commenting on people's Instagrams, like from people who keep doing throwback, like what an amazing time I had on New Year's Eve with an umbrella. And he's like, I literally can't get over the fact that they made me put my umbrella down.
That's so funny. It really felt like, it was weird because it was on CNN, but it felt like what it would be like if you and I did the New Year's Eve ball drop.
And that was also what I was thinking with the Golden Globes. Like, if we had been there, no one would have spoken to us, so like it was pointless. But like if you and I like were hosting like we were so funny. I had so many pertinent questions for people like Torrance Shipman. Like I don't really need to hear about what it's like to be a god in Florida. Like I just want to hear more about like how you feel bringing on really catapulted your career and like what does it feel like to be married to Landry from Friday Night Lights.
Right, and like how do you feel about the fact that there was a murder in season 2? Did you watch the whole show? Do you hang out with Coach Taylor?
And Coach Taylor was there. Did he say hi to Landry?
It's just there's so much of that. And it's so crazy. And, you know, there were a few Game of Thrones people in the room. But usually they all come together. But there was no Game of Thrones table. So, like,
no one was nominated except for Kit.
Kit and Russ Leslie were together. But then Tommen is in 1917. The Pope guy was the
one of the popes.
One of the popes is the guy, the Sept.
In Game of Thrones.
Yes, you know him. Yeah, no, you know the Sept guy.
But Game of Thrones
the military priest guy.
I'm sure I know. But
no, Claudia.
Game of Thrones people in real life are literally
he's
so
the one
different.
who subjects Cersei to shame.
Oh my God, he's one of the popes? He's the devil.
He's the devil. There were so many like random Game of Thrones people, and I was just wondering like if they synced up.
Totally.
It was interesting.
I like don't want to end the stream because the sun finally came out and our set
No,
looks so fucking
oh my
cute
God,
now.
it's so beautiful. I mean, there's a million other things that we could talk about. Like, what else
Let's
did
talk
you
about our
watch?
plans, you know?
Oh, right, our plans for 2020.
Very sadly, I do believe we are going to retire these chairs. They have been so good to us. And we're not going to get rid of them. We're going to keep them in our office. But I'm so over this chair and the sound it makes when I move. Like, I feel so fat. Like, I'm a fucking, like a freight truck, like, moving. Because
Agreed.
it's like, sorry about
And
that.
I think sometimes on the audio, it sounds like a fart because I once heard a clip where it straight up sounded like someone farted, but like we spoke about it and I know it wasn't you and I know it wasn't me.
Right. But I actually don't think I've ever farted on the show, which is so crazy. Maybe that's a good goal for 2020.
To fart on the show. I think it's just the time of day. Like, it's a little early for a
and
fart.
I don't drink coffee.
Yeah.
That's actually, I can't
I
believe,
guess
like,
I would be the culprit.
I can't believe that, like, you drink a full coffee before and during the show, and, like, you don't, like, have diarrhea on the show.
Well, now at this point, like, my body, like, we're a timed machine, you know?
I also know, like, you're a queen and you don't have diarrhea, so diarrhea is basically, like, duty that comes out of your butt, but it's, like, really soft and fast and kind of hot sometimes.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm just very excited, like, for this whole thing. I can't believe our stream worked today. Like, it's just
Oh my
such a
God.
blessing. I don't want to jinx it, but I believe our audio is, like, so premium. I'm just really excited. I'm sure we will have technical difficulties in the first few weeks, so just bear with us, but today was really good. I'm really excited about it. When I think back to our first episode of The Toast Ever in that Vayner studio, like, this is so much better than that, so I feel good.
Right, but it's like it's also been a year and a half. Like it has to be better, but it felt like that first day. Really, I was so excited but so nervous. It was really like the first day of school.
We have Real Housewives of New Jersey this week, Dallas. OC's over. Do you want to talk about OC really quickly?
Sure.
Because I had a lot of life-changing thoughts. Like, what I went into the reunion thinking and what I left was so different. I think Vicky is literally the worst person on planet Earth. And not even in terms of the drama, because Kelly does stuff to her, she does stuff to Kelly. Like, they're both wrong. They're both bad. But it's just beyond that. It's a level of entitlement. I think what she said to Bronwyn was so fucking rude and kind of homophobic. And I was really shocked that Andy didn't step in and be like, you saying two girls kissing is homophobic. Like, and she was so unabashed, is that the right word? Like,
yeah.
She was just so didn't give a shit. I really, really fucking hated her. She was so mean to Bronwyn, like, really judging her for her life choices. And like, okay, do I do that? No. Do I judge other people who, like, bring a woman into their bedroom? No. All the power to you. I just thought she was so rude, so judgmental, and really on a high horse for someone who's not even a full-time castmate.
Yeah, I think the way that she was talking to everyone, to the people on the couch, is like telling Bronwyn to get off her show. Like, Bronwyn, it is more Bronwyn's show than it is your show.
Yep.
And her telling Andy, like, you know, that she made the Housewives what it is. It's like, no one should have that level of entitlement.
Her saying she didn't audition and then them rolling the tapes.
It's just like, it's not, and that doesn't make for a fair playing, like a fair field when they're filming the show, if one person feels like it's their show. And I actually feel like it's time to clean house.
Me too. Also, you can tell a lot about a person when they don't realize they're on camera. And when she left and realized that everyone else was going to continue filming and she was being let go early and she was yelling at a producer in her dressing room and she didn't know that the camera was on her, like, that's the real Vicky. And that was insane. You cannot speak to people that way. Like,
no.
they work with you, not for you. And
right.
even if they did work for you, you can't fucking speak to people like that.
And I understand why she feels disrespected. But there's just a different way of handling it.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like, if you really feel that so disrespected, like, don't be on the show at all.
Agreed.
You know, make your point and leave.
Agreed. I want to say the MVP of the third part of the reunion was weirdly Shane. And I put this on my Instagram story, and not a lot of people agreed with me, but I just thought, I definitely this whole time thought he's been misunderstood because nobody's that big of a dick while on TV.
And no one's that big of a dick while they're still going to stay married. Like, if this season, while the season was airing, it came out that Emily filed for divorce, it would have all made sense. But the fact that there doesn't seem like divorce is on the horizon at all makes it feel like it's not so terminal.
Yeah, and I got the vibe. He's definitely a weird guy and has a weird sense of humor, and I definitely don't get it. But what I got from him being on the reunion was that he's kind of weird and shy, and I actually felt like Andy was really hard on him, and he took it in stride, and he was really fine, and he spoke very openly about their marriage, and he didn't make jokes when he was talking about, like, the words they did, and he didn't make fun of it. And yes, I think he was evil for doing the bread thing, but I do think he meant it as a joke. Like, I really do. And Emily didn't seem to be so upset, and I like Emily so much. Like, I want to believe in Shane because I believe in Emily.
I believe in them. I don't think the bread thing was so crazy. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong.
It was really mean.
What did he say?
He was just, like, taunting her with the bread when she was trying to be good. Like, it was really fucking mean.
I don't think that that's so mean.
It's mean.
It's like, I could see I don't think that that's so mean. I don't know.
It is.
Well, I'm glad that he got to speak for himself because I felt the same way, that there had to be something that we weren't seeing. And apparently, like, it's the complete opposite.
Right.
Like,
that is who he is. He's unapologetically himself, and he's, like, a weird guy.
And I think that's fine.
And you know what? Like, maybe he should take out a book out of Brian Redmond's book and just not come on anymore because it's not doing him any service, you know? And, like, let Emily just be herself.
Yeah.
And be friends with Gina and be friends with everyone. I do think it's time to let Vicky go. I do think it might be time to let Tamara go. I don't think it's time yet for Shannon.
You know what? As the Shannon Bedore apologist that I am, I was really disappointed in her at the reunion.
Yeah.
Like, I think she picked all the wrong fights.
Yep.
I think that anytime someone said something remotely fair towards her, she just sort of like mimicked them. She dismissed Kelly Dodd completely when like
Oh,
Kelly
and I love Kelly Dodd so much.
Kelly Dodd had so many valid points, and this is the first time that I can't defend Shannon at all. And
wow, that's crazy.
And I've defended her through everything.
You have.
But like, she is now in a really good place, and she's just not seeing clearly. And I just think everyone else really came like open to reconciliation, you know, like it got really messy, but then they actually ended off in a better place. But like, she was just so closed off to everything, and I don't love to see that for my housewives.
Yeah, and everyone got emotional. Like even Vicky and Kelly
If
kind
Vicky
of
and Kelly
reconciled.
can make up, anyone can make up.
Emily and Gina reconciled. Like everyone was open. You're right, and Shannon was just not. And
And
she thinks she's so right.
She was just parroting like what other people were saying, and I was disappointed.
Yeah, I feel that. I agree.
As the resident Gina Kirschenheiter champion, I was really proud of her.
Yeah. Oh my God. By the way, I cannot believe.
I had how were we to know that all of that was happening?
I knew he got arrested for domestic violence, but I had no idea what the
suspicion of domestic violence. So he could have been suspected.
It could have been a misunderstanding,
Right.
drunk, but like I had no idea what that night actually entailed. And when she was like getting so choked up, saying she was running to the neighbor's house, and he came back and grabbed her, like I literally started crying. It gave me such chills, and I had no idea that it was that bad. And I'm so happy they're not together anymore.
So happy they're not together. Like, so brave of her to like share her story, to continue to share it. And I feel as though like when these things are so unfortunate and that we have to hear about them, but it really helps you understand a person more. And I feel like I'm really here for Gina Kirschenheiter. Like, it's so crazy.
Yeah, no, and I think she's actually very
Logical.
reasonable, especially when she's speaking about other people's fights. So she was like getting involved in the Kelly Vicky drama, and she wasn't taking a side. She was just being very third party and like poignant about it.
And what she said like really put it to bed.
Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing.
Right. And it's just like back and forth, and then like who can insult someone worse and then be the bigger victim, and it's just a cycle. And Andy agreed with her, and then they put it to bed. Like,
yeah,
Gina Kirschenheiter, like
voice of
the
reason,
peacemaker of our generation.
I don't always agree with her in her own fights because she gets emotional and it's like about herself. But I think when it comes to other people, she's actually like a great moral compass of the show for other people.
Yeah.
I don't always agree with her. She's definitely grown on me since season 1. I hope she comes back. I think like my tied for favorite is literally like Emily and Kelly. Like I love Emily so much. Like I just champion her, and I want her to get out of this like ugly space that she's in, because I think there's a side to her that she hasn't shown yet where she's fun Emily, and she's hilarious, and she's still smart, lawyer, serious girl, but she's also really cool and fun. So I think that'll be there for us sometime soon. Next season, I'm very excited, and I hope that they clean house.
Yeah, I think that they will, but I hope that they don't get rid of Kelly. Like, I feel like it's just about to get good.
No, they can't.
Like, she's engaged.
And she has such an interesting life now. She's going to be bi-coastal. She's engaged with that massive ring. There's a lot to Kelly Dodd. I don't think she's going anywhere. She was very integral, like, to the season.
Okay.
And I just love her.
Me too.
And she's got to move out of that apartment.
Yeah, even though it's toasty.
But they got into Walmart.
They did.
And Sam's Club.
I mean, ask, believe, receive.
As
Up to
manifest
see it.
destiny.
Manifest destiny.
Okay, that is really all we have for you guys. We hope you enjoyed our first show back, season 3 premiere. We're very excited for this year. It's going to be very toasty. We are just going to continue to be delivering premium content because that's what we know you guys love. We love you so much. Thank you for listening to the Morning Toast, the Millennial Morning Show, where we go live Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as a podcast pretty much anywhere podcasts can be found. So that's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iHeartRadio, CastBox, all the places. So subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, stunning, and smart we are. We love you guys so much. Have an amazing day. We will see you tomorrow bright and early, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Let's pray that the sun comes out, okay?
Woohoo! Bye!